Hi, I'm Andre Kent Jr., and this is my championship hoodie. It's got all my awards and championships and how much they're worth over a 100-year period, which is a century. And they told me to act like I'm in another country screaming, I'm the king or the queen. Well, I am the king. I got three national titles. One of them's contested, even though I treat the other one like three nationals. That's including the Future Business Leaders of America, Phi Beta Lambda, Health Occupation Students of America, Key Club, National Honor Society, and I built this in 2020 or 2019 and ordered it. Um, I've got my Volunteer and Service Academy records from Health Sciences Academy, which is a goal, which is over 250 hours going above and beyond through volunteerism and service. So if I don't deserve RAPT and y'all are so worried about RAPT, take the ball players' RAPT away. Take the football team, basketball teams, and the national associations. Take their ball team security away. Take all their team security away. All the celebrities and stuff, take all their security and teams away, and they won't need it at all. If you think I'm overreacting to the security measures and the stuff that I'll take to make sure that my security team and protection teams are perfect at their job, including on Young and Dumb Security, Nocturnal Defense Unit, and Responsible Executive Protection Team, and they're not doing it the way that I requested them to do it because they didn't feel this, that, and the other, I provide a complimentary protective services to immediate family and friends of championship winners, volunteer service workers that actually require a chauffeur and stuff. Those that have national championships, national titles, state titles, district championships for service, servitude, volunteerism. I built this hoodie for everything. I won all my championships in 2010 through 2013, minus JV at Aiden Griffin High School. I was a student at Aiden Griffin High School, and then in 2013, I graduated high school and went to East Carolina University. And like most tech geniuses, I decided to start my own company, so I left school. And when I went back to school after learning how hard entrepreneurship was, I came up with this in the Achievers Report, which is my other doctorate degree. It's got all my championships and how much I think they're valued at, how much the time is worth per hour to speak to me or direct me to do something, and partially share with those organizations in the state. I didn't drain any of the accounts when I didn't get any money or get paid any money out from any of those organizations. I didn't get sponsored by them. I'm not speaking on their behalf. But the same thing with my responsible executive protection team. Just because I'm not an athlete or a ball player, and I do my organizations, and including Future Business Leaders of America, Phi Beta Lambda, Professional Division, Collegiate Division, and Alumni, Health Sciences Academy as an alumni, Team Court as an alumnus. You know, when I'm saying alumni, there are plenty of us in these groups that are alumni together. But as an alumnus with that many titles and state and national championships, I asked for a responsible executive protection team to protect myself, my team, my advisors, the immediate families of, including when we're going overseas or going to other places. It matches my ring. This ring has been modified and changed. It has its own military. It's got its own fan base. It's got its own fan club. It's got its own real estate. It's got its own some of everything, and it's partially tied to the state government in North Carolina and the United States of America, and partially to the national organizations that my championships and stuff come from tax exempt organizations that are about servitude, service, progress. So I didn't feel the need to have to explain that to anybody, except people wanted to ask so many questions, and there are other people that I felt were very inadequate for their own job and very ignorant and very unprofessional, because now that they understand what RAPT and all the security teams are, all those rules and policies and procedures that I asked y'all to do and you didn't do them, and you didn't care to read them, didn't care to go through it, not talking directly to the security team but everybody else, because you didn't care to go through it, didn't care to ask the right questions, you just want to cause a bunch of chaos and madness. Well, now you're allowed to get kicked off of the RAPT for them not to protect you, because most of you aren't champions, most of you don't deserve chauffeurs, most of you don't require or need it, and we try to offer a complimentary service, but people will always mess something up if they can. They'll always mess something good up. We also provided those services to the church leadership. We also provided them to the alumni board membership, board of trustees, university chancellors. We offered it to some of the high-ranking tech officials. We offered it out to multiple locations and places where if I put in the order 6 years ago, I started working on RAPT 6 years ago, and it started getting complete around 2020. So if I put in the order around 4 years ago or longer, then it's just coming up now. It's just starting now. It's just being created now. So I wouldn't expect y'all to treat RAPT any differently than the ball clubs, ball teams. Except they might not need as many guns and weapons and this, that, and other, but I'm trying to cover multiple states, multiple territories, and other countries where there's a lot of people thinking, well, why would you name it a sovereign wealth grant? Because I want it to be open to other champions and title winners, state, national, and global for our report. It builds assets, purchases assets, controls assets, and not assets as people, but the things that are bought as champions or championship teams, championship groups. And myself personally, in other countries, it might be nice and stuff, but I don't know y'all like that. My teams don't know everybody like that unless you want to provide some services where y'all collaborate with my security team. Other than that, I'm going to treat myself just like a sovereign because that's how many championships and titles that I've won. I didn't need to copy the monarchy. To an extent, the monarchy doesn't do enough for me to even acknowledge their existence and presence while I'm here in the United States of America. When I'm over there, I show respect, and I've had multiple conversations with them about that they completely ignore because they're so busy trying to be a part of the monarchy and trying to show them the hierarchy and who's in charge, if the king this or the queen that, this, that. They're so in charge with that, trying to tell me in America how it works. I didn't ask you all that. I didn't ask you to get me intertwined in all that. When I'm in Europe, I've turned in a lesson plan to be in Europe. When I'm in Europe, I expect y'all to focus on the lesson plan or the things that you were given, the assignments and tasks that were given to you. When you're over there in Europe, well, the Achievers Report didn't purchase anything in Europe besides insurance, health care insurance, life insurance, dental care insurance, vision insurance. We purchased a castle in Italy. Why are you in Europe if we're in Italy? We're supposed to be in Italy. Why are you over there in Europe? You're in Europe on your own time at that point. Stop making it harder for everybody that is a championship just because you don't have anything to bring to the table. I have no problem addressing that to anybody who's not a champion, who sits in the church and talk about servitude, or who sits in an organization unhappy with their organization because they don't take the initiative. That's the difference between a champion and an AP student, and that's the difference between an AP student and a failing student or a standard student. They're not the same thing. And that's Dr. Kent to you.